Test 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Hello. Um,
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello.
What about now? Can you check your volume? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? What about now? What about now? So Zoom shows that it's picking up my audio, so it should be on your end.
Audio.
Can you hear me?
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello, hello. Can you hear
Hello.
me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Yes. You can hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. I can
Okay.
hear you now.
Okay. Hello. Hi. Hello.
Hey, how's it going? How's your day so far?
Yeah, I just started. Pretty good. Went. I
Cool,
went to
cool.
gym. Took a shower.
Nice.
Yeah. How's your day? How's your morning? Good morning.
Well, thanks. Just started. Went outside and got some of that nice cold fresh air. Took out the trash as well.
All right. It's cool. By
Anything
the
you want to
way,
say before we start streaming?
I'm recording this. I started using OBS. I think that was
Oh,
the
nice.
problem. So yeah, I'm recording this. That's all I have to say.
Can you say that again when we start recording? Or is there anything else before we start recording?
No, that's it. I'm excited to learn about
Cool.
online businesses.
Alright, so I'm streaming now. And can you say what you said just 2 seconds ago about recording?
All right, so I'm recording this. I just installed OBS thanks to you. So yeah, thank you. I learned about OBS yesterday. So,
Nice.
record the screen, this whole video. All right.
So after you record, you're gonna have to you eventually watch those videos again because watching the interaction again is gonna help you a lot.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yesterday I spent an hour watching one of my old lessons that I uploaded,
Mm-hmm.
and man, I was like, oh my god, my workflow is terrible. Oh my god, what am I saying? Oh my god. Thankfully, I've improved a lot since then. So,
Yeah, you really did. I can see it. You're really good. When I was watching the YouTube video you uploaded, you're really professional in the way you handle
which one?
things. The one about me, you teaching how to be a teacher.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the one you sent me yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, today's meeting,
All right.
digital entrepreneurship. Before we jump into it, I want to ask you, what kind of other online businesses or services do you provide?
What other kind of other online businesses? I'm okay with being a sales or like a phone agency where we can, or I can call
I
other
mean, something you do
companies.
now. Is there anything you do right now,
What I
like
do right
online
now?
business or service?
No, just teaching English. That's the only thing I can think of.
And you teach English through like different companies and stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What's the number one company that you work for?
I tried using Pilefish. Pilefish. That's the one and Hello
Parfish.
Talk. Pilefish and Hello Talk. Those two. I used those are
And
the two.
how's that going for you?
Hello Talk's alright. I meet a lot of people. I chat a lot of people. Pilefish, not so much. I think I can do better in terms of promoting myself and holding more seminars. That's what I think I have to
Yeah.
work on. And obtaining a degree in teaching also.
Yeah. I tried using Palfish for a little while, but it just didn't. I didn't get really much out of it. I spent too much time trying to find people to talk to, and not enough time actually talking to people.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to invest my time in that one platform because of the way that you teach. It's just like sitting there talking, and
And you
I
have to
didn't really
use
like
your
it.
phone. I really want more of a desktop kind of work
Yeah.
because I'm more better with my laptop compared with my phone.
I also work better with my laptop, and there's also that differentiation. But I mean, now I still do a lot of my stuff through my phone anyway. But it's just relying only on your phone is kind of hard because like it'll kill your battery, and I use my
Yeah,
phone for other stuff. So.
that's true. My phone isn't that good compared to my laptop, so I tried
Uh-huh.
using an emulator, like an Android emulator for my laptop. I tried doing that also, but
Yeah, I
it's
tried
still
doing that too, but it's not as
efficient.
reliable.
Yeah,
It doesn't work sometimes. Sometimes it's buggy and
it's kind of laggy, even though I have a lot of RAM.
yeah. Okay, so you're looking to your goal. Like, what are some of your goals? Let me ask you that. What are some of your goals in regards to like online entrepreneurship?
Online entrepreneurship. I want to be able to manage an effective team where we can develop and create content and provide value to other people. That's my biggest goal right now. I want to create content
What
or
what kind what kind of
provide
content
value.
do you want to create?
I'm really into personal development. I'm into finance, budgeting. I'm into teaching, helping with English, helping other people with any problem that they have.
That's cool. Well, that's perfect because if you make lessons for me, you could talk about that stuff.
Mm.
Not let me rephrase that. Not if, but when, because you're gonna help me, right?
Yeah, of course.
You can use those lessons in Palfish, I think, as well, like the slides that you create. I think
Oh, you can
that's good
attach it?
material.
I should try that.
Yeah. I think when I try using Palfish, you can like upload lessons and stuff, and maybe you can use it for that.
What websites do you use for teaching English?
Teaching English. Um. So what sites do I use? I've been getting a good number of students through Preply.
Preply, okay.
Yeah, Preply. Obviously my own site. So
Mm-hmm.
since I also used to teach Microsoft Excel, I get most of my Excel clients through a site called Wisant.
Why
But
is
you have
that?
to be but you have to be you have to have residency in America for that one.
Oh, residency, okay.
Another one, but I've gotten 0 students from italki is italki.
Oh, zero. It's hard.
Yeah, I haven't, yeah, it took
Mm-hmm.
me like forever just to get listed on that site. And
Mm-hmm.
then after that, I got 0 students. So I don't know if their
Oh.
platform sucks or if my profile sucks.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I'm just gonna assume that their platform sucks because I got 0 students.
True, and you got students in Preply, so
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the logistics.
all right.
So tell me how you plan your agenda. Like, how do you plan your days and that sort of stuff?
I want to believe I'm really efficient in planning my days. So everyone who I'll meet for each day, example, I plan a meeting with someone, I automatically type it in my Google Calendar. I
Uh
want to
huh.
think I'm more efficient in meeting and planning compared to most people that I know of.
Yeah.
I plan with Google Calendar. Then we just say what day and what time we're going to meet. Always
Good.
when I
Yeah.
meet
So you use
someone.
Google Calendar. Some people
Yeah.
use like an agenda, like they actually physically write something down
No,
and that sort of stuff.
I'm more into like typing, and I have a Google Notes. Um, if I can show my phone.
Google Notes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I want to see.
Okay, so this is
Do you
my.
mean Google Keep?
So when I open my phone, it's my calendar here.
Yeah.
Then, then if you scroll it, it's like my Keep, which has my schedule and the things to do immediately, the homework I have due, like
Yeah.
assignments. So those
Yeah.
are
While
my
you're at it,
two things for managing my time and my
well,
tasks to do.
while you're at it, let me show you mine. So this is my home screen, and then I swipe to my other home screen, and it's just my calendar.
Can I see? Oh,
Yeah. So this is
oh
my home
yours
screen,
yours
and
is
then
per day. Oh, okay.
yeah, this is just a widget.
widget
right?
for
So,
the
but if I tap into the calendar app, then I have the whole schedule.
Okay.
But I also use Google Keep, which is on my home screen,
Yeah, same,
because every
same.
time I have a thought or I want to write something
Mm,
down that I don't want to forget, then I write it here,
yeah, same,
right?
same.
And I have like my to-do list and links and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
This is actually really, really useful for me, especially for links, because I have. Let me show you. So, like for example, here you can see my personal Zoom link, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I have access to that. It's easily accessible for me. So when I need to send that link to someone, I just go on Keep, copy, paste.
Oh, okay, that's smart. Yeah.
And then I also have like the link for the GoFundMe page.
Mm-hmm.
I have the link for the job posting right here.
Mm-hmm. Angel list, yeah.
I do a lot through links.
Mm-hmm. I should find a place
Also,
to keep all my links because
yeah,
I tend to send my links on my I send it to myself on Facebook actually.
yeah. But if you do that, then it's just like it's not organized that well. The thing that
Yeah,
that
that's
Keep does
true.
really well is that you can pin your notes so that it stays at the top,
That's true.
and
Like
you can
example, like
reorganize it.
I just use Facebook. I just send myself links. These are the links you sent me yesterday.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's not, you can't reorganize it or anything, so it's
Hmm.
kind of tough to.
I think Keep is better. I'll try doing that more.
Yeah, I highly recommend using Keep.
Yeah.
So Google Docs,
Mm.
you kind of demonstrate that you understand a bit Zoom,
Mhm.
and let's talk about Calendly. So I'm gonna show you my Calendly. Do you
Okay.
use this or have you used this before?
With you, I think it was really effective. I want to use it with more people.
Yeah, so it's super effective, but you
It's
have to be
super.
careful that some people are just kind of like, what? What is this? How do I?
Yeah, that's
This is
true.
confusing. So here's my Calendly event. You can make one for free on
Okay.
this account. You can only have one event until you have to start paying. So I just set it up as a 30-minute meeting so that it's applicable to any kind of meeting that I might need to do.
All
And
right.
this is the link I send to people when I need to have a first meeting with
All
them. If I
right.
have to set up a second meeting, then I probably do it like manually, or I
Uh,
tell them to set up two 30-minute meetings.
okay.
Right, so here I put the event name, the location, and the instructions. The link will be emailed 5 minutes before schedule.
Okay. Is it automatic the link to be emailed or do you do it
What
yourself?
was that?
Is the link automatic? The one you send me like 5 minutes before the event?
No.
Oh, you
There's
actually
a
send it.
yeah.
you
There's a you can like pay for premium, which does that for you. But
yeah.
I
You
mean,
don't really need it. So 5 minutes before the event, you're already ready. You're in your laptop.
yeah, 10 to 5 minutes. I just open up my phone and send an email
Okay.
with a quick reminder.
All right. Zoom.
I also wrote here in full caps, pay attention to the time zones,
That's so
because
true.
people
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 forget.
don't pay attention to that.
I do.
So the event duration 30 minutes.
Okay.
Events can be scheduled over 10 rolling days. So
Alright.
someone can schedule something with me up to 10 days in advance.
Okay.
And then my availability, right? This is very important to sync with Google Calendar,
Okay.
because if you look at my Google Calendar, I also put an event on here.
Okay.
Here it is. I think this is it. Yeah, Calendly Hangout Office Hours. So I called it Office Hours,
Oh,
and
office hours.
I put it to be a different color, and I set myself to be free, because
Oh.
Calendly will take your availability, and if it's set as busy, then
Oh.
you're not going to be able to have anything scheduled.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so I put that on my calendar so I can know when I might have a meeting through Calendly.
Okay. Okay.
And I mean, if you notice here, I also, let me just show you my day. If you notice here, so this is my day planned out
Okay.
essentially.
Okay.
So I also have the availability on Preply, so I know that when I might have a student from Preply, and then
Okay.
also italki, but that's pointless. I was just about to delete it, but I don't know. Anyway.
Alright.
And then I need to, I put all these other meetings that I have.
Okay.
I also have here private office hours, because the evenings are essentially my prime time,
Oh.
because that's when I'm busiest, and I
Mhm.
put private office hours to kind of show me that it's like my prime time.
Oh, okay.
And then yeah, I put in here all the other stuff I need to do. Like for example, I put in an event here like turnover room, which I mean, if you know what that means, it
Is
means
that
like to
for
prepare.
real estate?
Well, for my Airbnb,
Oh, you have real estate. You have a.
I don't own the Airbnb,
Oh, you
but
don't. Oh, you manage
no,
it.
I manage it essentially. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, okay. Oh.
yeah. So this is how I kind of do my calendaring. Let me show you a little bit more. You have to go into all the options here, like
Okay.
advanced options, right? So increments of 30,
Okay.
max number of events. I set it to 5, but I
Mhm.
can change that. My mouse is spazzing out again. Minimum scheduling notice. This is important because if you set it to like 0 or 1 hour, I don't know. Like for example, I might be walking around town, I might be running some errands, and then
Mhm.
a meeting in in 1 hour. I'll be like, what
Oh.
the?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Event buffer. So I don't have an event buffer. I don't really need that.
Um,
And then questions. I don't ask that. Notifications and cancellation. Right. So
mhm.
confirmation page. I try to do as much as I can.
Okay.
So that's how I use Calendly.
Okay. Okay.
Um, all right. So equipment, webcam. You have a webcam,
Okay.
microphone. Um, you still don't have a
I
headset.
still gotta buy the headset. I was planning
You
to
gotta
buy
buy a
it.
headset.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, my upgrade would be buying a wireless headset because this one is wired. So if I have to work out of the office, out of my place, then
So
carrying
you'd
around a wired
recommend
headset.
wireless headset?
Yeah, a wireless headset would be great. Like I was in a co-working space yesterday and I saw
Okay.
someone. I saw this lady with a wireless headset and I was like, what headset is that? But she was talking. She was in a meeting, obviously, and I didn't want to bother her.
So you have no recommendation on which wireless headset?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I can
Okay.
send you the brand for this. It's a Logitech, I think. But
Logitech. Yeah, I'm planning to just get a Logitech. It's a reliable brand.
yeah, it's a Logitech, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I think wireless is better. I'm using a wired too. It's kind of hassle.
The problem with wireless is
The
that
battery.
yes, the battery. You have to
Yeah.
make sure it's charged, and if it's not, if
I'm
it dies,
dead.
yeah,
Or if I teach
if
the whole
if
day, then I can't. Then it be. I can't use it the whole day. If it has like a limited
yeah, that's
battery.
so you still have to have a backup, right? So a
Yeah.
wired headset is a good backup plan.
Oh, okay.
All right,
I see.
landing page. So
Okay.
since you don't have like an online business, you don't have a landing page.
Yeah, I don't have a landing page. A website?
So before you make a landing page, we have to really think about what kind of online product or service do you want to offer, or what's your goal? Do you want to get more? Do you want to like get more exposure in terms of like finding jobs, or what's your end goal?
That's a good question. Hmm. Maybe yeah, for finding jobs. You're finding jobs. So is there? You can make a website just to find jobs. Find good quality
Yeah.
jobs. Like advertise about myself. Okay.
Do you have your own website?
No, I have no experience with website making. My brother makes websites, so I was planning to ask him to make one for me. But
All right. So
mm,
this is where you're gonna have to do stuff. So you're gonna have to
okay,
make a site.
you have to make a site.
So the way I made a site is I used WordPress.
WordPress. How about things like
Yeah.
like Squarespace or
Yeah. Any of those
those
sites
kind
can work. I
Wix?
use maybe yeah. I used Wix before, but I don't know why I decided to go with WordPress.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You just prefer WordPress. Is it free? Is WordPress free?
Depends the kind of services that you get. Like
Okay.
obviously, if you want your own domain, like I have my name as my domain,
Yeah. So you have
right?
to pay. How much is a domain? And I'll you have to keep it up. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah, it's a year.
I have no experience about websites, so I'm sorry for all the
Yeah.
questions.
So, um, what's going on here? Anyway, yeah. So it's free to use, but if you want to have your own domain, you have to pay for the domain. I don't remember how much I
per
paid.
per month per
I don't
year.
remember. Yeah, you can pay per month or year, but I paid per year because it's cheaper
So it's
overall.
was it expensive or no? Not that much.
I don't think it was too expensive. If you just go for the basic features,
Okay. Okay.
and that's what I recommend doing. Just go for the basic features, and then if you need other features, then
You add them
purchase
along as
those.
you go. Yeah. Okay.
So the rest of this, to be honest, isn't very applicable to you because you don't have a product or service that you're trying to sell.
Okay.
So that means capturing emails, qualifying clients, and scheduling calls aren't
How do you
really.
find emails though? Like I still want to know about it. That's still knowledge. Like,
How do I find emails?
how do you find people to contact and like cold email people? Like the whole scene is very interesting to me. How to cold email someone.
Okay, so how I collect emails is through the questionnaire form. So when a
Alright.
student goes here and they try to sign up, they go here and this is where they input their email.
Okay.
But this is only for potential students. I also get emails if someone tries to contact me. I have a contact me here.
Okay.
And then same thing with the consulting questionnaire here. I get their email.
So you have to bring the people first to the website, then they can send their contact.
Well, not necessarily. I don't only collect emails. I also get their social media and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Remember I showed you my Instagram?
Yeah, it was really good. It made me want to start
So-
an Instagram.
You can't see it like my messaging function here, but on Instagram, I'll show you on my phone.
Okay.
I reach out to potential students on Instagram a lot because I see that they might be potential students. So you go to the. Let me show you how I mark it on Instagram.
All right, sure.
So here's just my homepage, right?
Okay.
And then to reach out to gain more exposure. Remember, I told you that I separate my personal Instagram and my work Instagram.
Okay.
The reason I do that is because if I go to one of my recent posts, the way that you get more exposure, right? So first of all, when you make a post, you have to use relevant hashtags.
Okay.
Like as you can see here, I have a bunch of hashtags.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
So you click on one of these hashtags, and then you go to this discover page,
Okay.
and from there, you can go to recent or top, and then all you do is like and follow.
Oh, with the hashtag.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's why it's important to have a different Instagram account, because if you're doing this on your own account, your feed is going to be inundated with garbage.
Everything. It's like a mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another thing you could do, see how there's a story here?
Okay.
You can click on that story and you can click into their profile and then follow them right here.
Okay.
Right.
So you just follow as much people as possible?
Yeah, follow, interact, message, comment.
Oh.
Let me show you a recent example
Okay, sure.
from someone I messaged. So let's see. So I found a teacher on Instagram, and she's also an English teacher.
Okay.
So I noticed that she's actually also from Arizona. I say,
Okay.
can you read that, or is that
Yeah,
mirrored?
I can read it. Okay.
Yeah. So I said there, hey, a fellow Arizonian and English teacher, have you ever considered teaching online?
Yeah.
Right, because I was trying to look for people to get into this program,
Yeah.
but to find students, I tried to get them to see my story, and then I want them to interact. So that's why I have these things on my story,
Yeah.
these questionnaires, and I encourage them to interact. And if
Yeah.
I go into the responses, I can see all the people who responded.
Oh,
Right?
wow, cool. All right.
And then here's a post I made recently. I went to a career fair and I tried to advertise my English services.
Uh-huh.
So I think I might have mentioned this before, but I included the account for the organizers.
Yeah.
I included the hashtag for the event and the location.
Okay.
And then I put at the top, is your English not good enough for your dream job?
Okay.
Then at the bottom is a call to action.
Okay.
Currently taking new students, DM me, right?
Okay.
Then after they DM me, after they slide in my DMs, I send them the link to my English teaching services.
The website.
To my
the
landing
page. Landing page. Okay.
Exactly. But
Okay.
but I mean, you have to demonstrate that you offer those services. You have to show credibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you think you should be doing that if you want to provide these services?
I should show proof of me doing good work, like, or a good testimonials with their contact details.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But first, what you have to do to before you can provide like pretty much any product or service
Mm-hmm.
is, especially if you're doing it as a freelancer, you can go two ways. One, you can get hired by a company,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're not qualified, that's going to be very difficult to do, and you might have trouble there. Or two, you can start taking free clients and building a testimonials.
Mm-hmm.
And after you've built up a good number of testimonials and you seem credible and you got some experience,
Mm-hmm.
then you can build this landing page and put these testimonials, and you can
Yeah.
show potential students that you're valid. So
Mm-hmm.
two routes: either working at a company,
Mm-hmm.
work at a company, or teach for free at first.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to advertise like free English lessons,
Okay.
and then after you get a few testimonials from there,
Mm-hmm.
then
I just copy
you're
paste
going.
what they message, right, and put in the landing page.
What do you mean?
Or quote them. How do I make a testimonial? I quote them. I put their name and their email.
There's different ways you can have a testimonials. There's written testimonials. There's audio testimonials. There's text. My testimonial is
A video. Oh yeah, that's
So,
okay.
so one of my students actually lives locally. So
Oh.
I asked him for a testimonial. He said, "Sure, I'll come over to your place and we'll make one in person,"
Oh, okay.
which is probably the best way to do it.
True. Video testimonial. Okay.
Here's something else you have to do. You have to make a video on how you teach. Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is very important because it's going to show your students, first of all, how you sound and how you look
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Pay close attention to all the details here. So first of all, things you don't probably notice is the lighting, right? I mean, my face is a little dark here. It can be a little better, but it's not the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah. And I made a little script here. I recorded myself
Mm-hmm.
and I uploaded it online. Make sure it's less than 1 minute long because anything more than 1 minute is hard to use in some places.
Oh, okay.
And make sure it's not specific. You don't talk about any specific companies or anything like that, because if you don't mention the specifics, then you can use this video in multiple places.
Oh, okay.
Like for example, I had to make this video for I think italki or something, but I didn't mention the company because I wanted to use it in my own on my own landing page.
Okay.
Yeah, so I recommend looking at my landing page and copying it. So the syllabus, right? So you can copy this.
Yes.
But you have to put here a little bio on yourself, and yeah, you can change this to where you're from and how you learned English or how much experience you have in speaking English.
Okay.
And then sample lesson and that sort of stuff. But like I said, at first you're gonna have to offer these services for free because the way I look at it is like a freelance photographer, right? If a freelance photographer wants to be known for their services, nobody's gonna pay them if they don't have any photos, right? So a photographer, what they have to do, they have to go out, they have to take photos. Yeah, they have to build a portfolio, and that's what you have to do. Any freelance gig, any freelance job, you gotta build a portfolio. You gotta show authority, right?
Yeah.
And some things you can do before you or while you're offering free services is build up your social media presence.
Okay.
Like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Like let me check out your. How can I find you online? Let me ask you that. How can I find you online? If I go on Google, right? I'm gonna open up an incognito tab, so no cookies up here. So how do I find you online?
That's
What's
a
the
good
best
question. I just have my email. I don't have an Instagram.
What about LinkedIn?
I have a LinkedIn. Yeah, let's try LinkedIn.
What's your LinkedIn?
Andre Robles. Oh no, like my username? I'm not sure if that's my username. Okay, wait.
Alright, I'm gonna have to log into my own LinkedIn.
I'll send
if you notice my LinkedIn URL.
I should change my LinkedIn
just my name.
URL. Let
me find you on LinkedIn.
This is my LinkedIn. Can I send my?
remote sales, telemarketer, and English teacher.
Yeah.
Let's check out this Andre. Oh my God, you only have 6 connections, man.
Mm.
Man. All right. So 6 connections is nothing, man. I'm just gonna be straight up with you.
How much connections do you have?
So I have 500 plus.
Wow. How do you get so many?
I know lots of people.
Oh.
Remember,
Wow.
so I developed my LinkedIn when I was in college. I mentioned before I was in a business fraternity, and one of the things we had to do in our business fraternity was develop our social media presence, especially
Wow.
LinkedIn. So we had
Wait,
all of our
how old are you
brothers.
again? How long have you been doing this?
26. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Yeah, so
I'm just starting.
yeah, you are just starting. Anyway, so
Yeah.
let me show you my LinkedIn. So first of all,
Alright.
it's important to get to 500 connections, and you can literally try to connect with anyone.
You just spam
But
send connections to people? Do you?
yeah, I guess you can.
Okay.
I guess you can. All right, let's see what you got. Andre Robles, remote sales, ESL teacher, and virtual assistant. You could just put like a normal picture there.
Okay.
That picture is good. If you want to improve it, you can wear like a professional. You can do like a professional headshot.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by professional is just to find someone with a DSL camera
Okay.
and have them take a headshot and make sure you look professional, shave and clean up, do your hair.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to like, you just need to like have the top. I don't think you need to have the bottoms.
Okay.
About okay, so let's see what you got. All right, so you have 3 sentences there: activity, experience. Yeah, you gotta fill this out, man.
Okay.
Here's mine, so you can see for an example.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, let me open it up so I can see what it looks like publicly.
And incognito window?
Yeah.
Okay.
So did you see how quickly I did that? By the way.
You out tab?
So what I did there was I pressed Control L, which activates the URL bar and highlights everything there. I copied that URL by pressing Control C, and then
Oh
I
yeah.
pressed Alt Tab to go to my incognito window
Yeah.
that I knew I had open.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I pressed Control L, Control V to paste it in there.
Oh, I
And then
never
it's-
used Control L. That's new. Everything else I knew because I was formerly computer science, but I didn't know Control L. That's thank you. That's good information.
Why isn't this? What the heck? It should be public. Why?
Control L. Huh.
Screw you, LinkedIn. Anyway, here's my profile. So
Control L.
I filled out this about and currently accepting students.
Oh, what's these links? Your landing pages?
This is my LinkedIn. Yeah, so let's see where it leads. That needs to be fixed. And that's just a logo I made for myself.
Okay.
I made some articles and there's some activity here, so this makes me look smart. I actually did. I put like a bunch of thought into this before I came to Romania, or while I was planning on coming to Romania.
Oh.
And I wrote this article.
Wow.
On
GDP
stuff.
Oh.
And then I put these services that I offer.
Oh.
And then experience. So this is important. You need to put your experience because
But if my only experience is freelance, I just put freelance.
you gotta find something to fill it out. If you can't get a job, try doing volunteer. I highly recommend if you want to get experience as a teacher.
You just volunteer.
You have to volunteer.
In a company.
Yeah, yeah. Something I did was I used a site called Workaway.
Workaway.
Workaway.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find all sorts of volunteer.
Can you type that in the Google Doc?
This is not the site I used. What the heck? What is the site I used? I don't remember the site I used.
Huh.
Let me see. Teach English abroad.
For free? There's a website.
It depends. Teach away. Maybe that's what I used. Let me see. I don't remember. What about volunteer abroad?
Huh.
No. Anyway, this is what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to search for working abroad and that sort of stuff,
Okay.
teaching English abroad, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
For example, I did a volunteer. Let's see. Here it is. So I did a volunteer where I was a trainer for an organization called Scuola de Valor, and
Wow.
it was a 2-month program where I moved to a small city in Romania,
Okay.
and I went to like a I mean, essentially it was just a bunch of high school kids, and they were looking for self development, people to help them with self development,
Mm-hmm.
and to help them, perfect their English. So
Mm-hmm.
the program was in English, not Romanian, and
Oh.
that's important because your accent's good, and you won't have a problem getting qualified for that sort of stuff. So
Thank
try
you.
doing that
All right.
so that you can add more stuff to your LinkedIn. It's very
Yeah,
important.
yeah. I want to add more stuff to my LinkedIn. Holy. Oh, that's your Airbnb?
Yeah. So this is my Airbnb. It's a
Oh.
co-living space. This is the first thing I did when I started. So after I did my training, my
Mhm.
volunteer thing, I realized that my cost. Well, they provided rent. They provided accommodation for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? So even though it was like I wasn't necessarily getting paid. They were covering rent and
Mhm.
some food.
When you
So
were
my expense
living in Romania.
when I was in that small city. I
Okay.
still live in Romania, but in that small
Oh,
city.
sorry. Okay.
Um, so my cost of living was very low. Like I didn't have to pay rent and some food.
Oh, yeah. Pretty
Um,
good.
but after I finished that volunteer program, either I had to find somewhere else to live and pay rent,
Mm-hmm.
or reduce my cost of living in another way. And the way I did that was by starting an Airbnb.
How did you get the property to put on an Airbnb?
So the way I did that was I moved to the city,
Okay.
Cluj. First, I moved
Okay.
to the city, Cluj,
Okay.
and I found somewhere to stay for as cheap as possible.
Okay.
And I spent the whole entire week looking at real estate, looking at apartments. I knew
Okay.
exactly what I needed, so I didn't waste time. I looked at 15, 20 different properties within
Wow.
a week,
Wow.
and by the
Like
second week,
you went to the property?
yeah. I
Yeah.
messaged people, I
Yeah.
called people, real
Yeah.
estate agents, all that sort of stuff.
Wow.
I did everything possible, set up the meetings, met with them, and saw all the as many possible properties as possible. And the
Okay.
place where I'm at now was one of the last few places because it wasn't furnished. It was completely empty,
Okay.
essentially.
Then
Um,
did you buy it?
no, I didn't buy it. So
Oh.
first of all, it's important that the owner is on board with what you're trying to do,
Who?
because I met up with another owner, like the owner
Oh.
of the property,
Oh. Okay.
because I met with someone else that seemed like a good location for an Airbnb.
Okay.
But when I met with the owner and I told him what I wanted to do, he's like, "No,
What,
I
what
don't
did
like people.
you tell them you're going to do? You're
I'm
going
gonna
to rent
I'm going to
it.
rent out the bedrooms on a short term. I'm gonna rent out bedrooms to short term residents, through
Oh.
Airbnb." And he didn't like the idea because he didn't like people coming and going, like random people
Oh.
coming and going. So I knew
Oh.
immediately this owner was not a good owner. Like it's very important that you work with the right people. So I said, "Okay, see you later."
Wait, so I go
And
to properties I want to rent. I ask them, can I rent out your place? Then how can I use your place for Airbnb while I rent out? Pay your
well,
place to
here's how I
them.
did it. I went to the place and I'm like, first of all, I looked for places with at least 4 bedrooms. The
Okay.
reason I did 4 bedrooms is because I live in one of the bedrooms, and then the other three, the other
I get it. Oh,
I rent out the other
oh,
3 on Airbnb, and that's important because
oh. You can
I
do
live
that.
here.
Oh,
Of course, you can do that. Why can't you
oh.
do that?
I
That's
don't
the
know.
reason
I
why.
never thought of it.
That's
That's really
that's the
smart.
best. That's the best way Airbnb works, and that's how Airbnb should work.
That's
Okay,
really smart.
Airbnb,
Wow.
Airbnb was made for that kind of accommodation.
Oh my god. Thank you. That's a good idea. I'll do that when I
So
move out.
that's
I'll do
yeah. So starting that business, what the goal of that was to lower my cost of
So
living.
you don't have to
And
pay for rent because the Airbnb
yeah,
people.
so after I pay rent, utilities, and I get rent from my residence,
Mm,
my cost of living is like zero,
you get
or I make
profit.
profit. Depends on the
Oh.
season
Yeah, it
and
depends, right? Because what
demand.
if like no one is there? What if no one rents the Airbnb? Then you lose money
Well,
for
then I
that
lower
month.
the prices and do a lot of advertising.
Oh.
right? So you got to understand a bit about real estate and that sort of stuff. I mean,
I do,
you
but
also
wow.
you also have to fill out your Airbnb profile. And
I've never done this. Whoa.
anyway, so that's what I did to get started, because that way lowering my expenses as much as possible is going to give me time to focus on online businesses. So
Oh.
I spent the first few months, yeah, preparing this place, because like
Oh.
I said, it was like empty. So I had to wait for the owner to furnish it, to repaint it, and do a bunch of work here. After
Oh.
that, I moved in. It still needed work, but luckily I was able to live there, and because of that, I was able to get it done a lot faster.
Oh. So you help improve the owner's place also? You did you?
Which was perfect for me, because since it was unfurnished, um,
You bought furniture and
no, I didn't buy the furniture. I made a deal with the owner, and we
oh,
figured something out. So
okay.
it's all part of communicating properly. You got to
Oh.
communicate with the owner and tell them, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what
Mhm.
I need. How can you help me? And blah blah blah
Oh.
blah blah.
Oh, wow. 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 Yeah, that's really smart.
Yeah, but first if you want to go on this digital entrepreneurship route, you should try to find like a service or product that you can offer online.
Okay. Um,
You really should start thinking about that, because
I
before I started
was
my Airbnb,
okay.
I was teaching Microsoft Excel online. I was tutoring English online.
Oh,
I also do photography, so I can
wow.
offer photography. I have my professional camera and my
Wow,
equipment with
wow.
me, so I can transfer anyone I know. Like anyone that I meet can be a potential client for something that I do.
Yeah, how do you do so many things? How do you do that?
Well, I don't do it all at the same time, right? I mean, when I built up my photography account, my Instagram is the best for photography. When I built up my photography, it's a I did it a long time ago. Um,
um,
and I spent a lot of time doing all sorts of photo shoots and stuff like that. Like if you go to my old pictures, you can see that. How long ago is this? April 13, 2017.
oh,
So I've been doing this for a long time, and it's something that it takes a long time. It's like a snowball,
mm-hmm,
and the first clump is probably hard to make, and
mm-hmm,
it's not going to stick together, but eventually you get it, and then it turns into a decent sized ball, and then you could just push it down the mountain, and hopefully it goes on its own.
growth, mm,
So yeah, you got to build a good online presence. What
mm.
about your Angel.co profile?
Oh, I just used that to apply to like look for work. I haven't, I haven't made such a good account yet there.
Let's see what you got. So this is good, but $20 an hour for what?
That's true. I haven't thought about. I was thinking of any job.
Any job? Okay. Well, I mean, if I'm looking here and I'm like, okay, $20 an hour. What services do you
What
provide?
service? What service?
You gotta make it clear what
Oh,
service you provide, and to make it legit, to make yourself look real, you gotta have a landing page,
yeah, the
right?
landing page.
This shows people that you took the time to make it real and to make it legit and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Mm.
And you gotta have a call to action, something
The fill
they can
out.
do,
Yeah.
so
Mm.
you can contact them.
Mm. That's true.
So for you, the rest of the stuff isn't necessarily very applicable, because you don't really have like I mentioned before, a product or service that you sell.
I was thinking of making like a video series with the thing you provide and sell them all as like a package. Is that a good product idea? What do you
I
think
don't
of
think
it?
so. There's so many free online videos and stuff like that. Why would someone pay for yours?
Oh, that's true. What if it's like in another language, like teaching Japanese or something?
Do you think other people haven't done that before?
I'm not sure.
You'd
Hmm.
have to look into it. First, look and see how many people have done this, what your competition might be, how they're
Mm-hmm.
doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Do some research.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What other kind of product or service can you offer online?
Um, I really want to do like freelance when it comes to like cold emailing or cold calling random companies to like advertise about a service.
but I don't know where to find a job like that. But it's something I'm really interested in.
So sales. You want to do sales?
Yeah, I really want to get into like sales. Just calling, like I just want to get a list of emails to call or a list of emails to send a message to. Then I spend the whole day messaging or calling. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I can give you a list, and you can go ahead and
Yeah,
email them
okay.
and call them.
Sure, I'll do it.
And if I can get more English clients from that, then
I
we
get-
found a good collaboration opportunity.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. Okay, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
Have you done sales before?
Have I done sales? It's kind of hard to explain technically. I'm really
Well-
into. Wait, can we cut it first? Can this be off there?
So, what have you tried selling before?
Wait, can we cut the video first or the YouTube stream?
Can we
If it's okay, or is
stop
it not okay?
it? No,
We gotta
no,
stop
that's
it.
not happening.
Sales.
You gotta be vague. You gotta be vague.
Vague. I sold. I buy and sell cards before cards.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards.
Yeah, I'm really into like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh before, so I sold cards.
Okay, well that's a
Yeah.
start. The
Now-
thing is though, if you sell physical objects, your bottleneck is going to be your inventory
That's
and
true.
shipping,
That's
because
true.
you have to store the stuff and you have to ship it,
Yeah.
and when you ship it, you have to take time to package it and you have to pay for shipping. And then there's also problems that can happen, like maybe it doesn't get shipped or whatever.
Then I'm really good at. I used to like do this massage service thing, or like just talking service. It's also kind of sales related.
Okay.
I just
Well, I can
talking
tell you
with
now that
people.
sales is like one of the most important skills that you should be learning, trying to like sell stuff.
Yeah,
You-
I really
What you
wanna
can
learn
do,
and practice
maybe
it
what you
more.
can do to improve and work on your sales is to apply for companies where you're going to be selling online products or services.
Which
what I
where
did-
do I find those kinds of companies? I'm really looking
Google,
for
man.
companies. I've searched like sales job online, then like
Well,
I just
search.
keep search harder.
Maybe what you should search is search how to search properly on Google, because I'm serious. It is a skill. Understanding how to properly Google things is very important. There's all sorts of tips and tricks and things you can do in Google. Let me show you an example. So, if you're trying to look for like a job in sales, right? Sales, or what about online sales job?
Okay.
Indeed, Simply Hired, LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why it's important to build up your presence online, because employers are gonna, first thing they're gonna do is look at your LinkedIn, look at your Instagram, look at your angel.co profile, look at your Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I search you online, this is also something you should be doing. Go on Google. Oops. Go on Google. Oops.
That's right.
Go on Google. Go on Google and then type in your name. Did I spell your name right?
Yeah.
Let's see what I find. Oh, cool. Is this you?
That's. I don't think that's me. I'm pretty private with my Facebook.
That's not you. Well, you shouldn't be.
I shouldn't be private. Damn.
No, because let me show you what happens when you search for me.
Are you ever scared that people might like dox you or something?
The way I look at it is like privacy doesn't exist anymore, so you just have to go around assuming that everyone has access to everything that
Really?
you do regarding the internet.
Oh.
And I think that approach is
That's
the
a good
easiest
philosophy. It makes you less scared, right?
way. Yeah, it makes me less scared and like
Yeah. I used to be
easier,
really
so, like-
paranoid about people finding me online.
yeah, and we live in a digital age. Don't be paranoid. You gotta embrace it.
Oh,
If you want to use the resources, if you want to be able to take advantage of that, you gotta, open yourself up to that. So I searched my name. First thing that comes up is my website, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want.
Okay.
And then my Facebook. If you go to my Facebook, so this is in an incognito mode. This is as if someone who's not my friend sees my page. They come here and they see, oh, who's this Johnny Ilca? Oh, teaching English.
Oh.
What the heck is this? Oh, he's got
Oh.
photos. Oh, oh, they're gonna check it out and be like, all right, this guy's doing lots of stuff.
Yeah, he is. That's what I did. I was like, you're doing a lot of stuff when I checked your
Exactly.
Facebook.
Exactly.
Mm.
So okay, he did that. Oh, what's this? So he has a co-living space and he has a video. Interesting. Oh, look, he has an
Oh.
Instagram. Oh, he even has a Twitter. I don't even use Twitter. I hate Twitter.
I
Oh,
don't
look,
have a
he
Twitter
did a
too.
volunteer program. Oh, look, his
Wow.
LinkedIn. Oh, look,
Wow.
a GoFundMe. What the heck is this?
Oh.
F6S. What is this? I don't remember this website.
Wow. Tinder with voice.
It's one of the other projects I'm working on.
I was pretty good in Tinder. I think that's the sales experience I can put. I'm really good. I'm really good with Tinder. And then
So here's like the second page from Google. My Twitter, SoundCloud, AngelList, TeoLeo. This is a teacher listing site.
oh, okay.
My Instagram, my Spotify playlists.
Oh.
Verbling, that's another website I listed myself on, but lessons taught 0. Oh look, here's my LaserMax profile. I just went laser tagging recently.
Oh, laser max? Huh.
Yeah, I went laser tagging the other weekend.
Oh, okay.
You want to check out my scores? Here's my latest games. Let's see. I got first place in all 3 games.
Wow, congrats.
Check it out. 8,200.
Wow, must be the yoga.
No, honestly, what it is my I do a lot of exercise, and I rollerblade a lot, and rollerblading in like really works on your improves your
stamina.
cardio.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah,
laser
your
max is
stamina.
like cardio. I just do
And
biking.
check out my score, 10,800. Next person got like
Damn.
almost 1,000.
Wow.
I know, man. I'm good at laser tag. Don't even mess with me. I'm surprised this thing pops up on Google. This is very interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah, laser tag is my jam.
Oh.
So you got to work on your online presence, man. Right now, if I Google your name, you're non-existent.
Oh. I was aiming for that before, but now it's like, nah.
Yeah, no content, no picture. I don't know who this is.
That's not me.
Yeah, I can't find you, man.
That's a good thing though. At least I don't share a name with someone already famous.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Let's look at some images. Do you pop up on here? Do you see yourself?
No.
Yeah, you gotta fix that, man. So if you want to be a digital entrepreneur, you gotta have an online presence.
All right.
No doubt about it, right? You gotta show up when people Google you, man.
All right.
Like if people just Googles my name, if someone Googles my name, then they're gonna see me in all my pictures and stuff. And oh my god, that picture is old. Oh, nice, my QR code for my.
Wow, that's a really good one to have.
Some people I worked with, some content I posted, some people I know. I don't know who this guy is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, you gotta inundate the internet with your content.
All right. That's really good inspiration.
Wow, I'm really interested in these results. Like, what? Some of these are just like, what? Like, oh look, LaserMax on images, one of my lessons.
Oh wow.
This guy, I listened to his like music on SoundCloud. I don't know how he pops up when I search my name. A friend I know, some friends. What is this? Ilca Laser Under 21 World Championships Poland. What?
Wow,
that was not me.
You won a championship?
I don't know. No. All right, so normally I would try to help you with testing your landing page and showing you how to how to get more exposure on social media. But since you're pretty much stuck there, what you have to do, and this is something you need to do on your own.
Okay.
You need to figure out what product or service you need to offer online.
Okay.
Like, how can you leverage your skills to deliver the most value to people over the internet?
Okay. It's a lot.
There's not much I can do. There's not much I can do to help you any further at this point.
But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of info, a lot of things to think about. Ooh.
Yeah, you'll be good if you watch this video again and take notes of some of the stuff. But once you do figure out your niche.
Yeah.
Niche. Either one is correct technically. Once you do figure out your niche and you understand what products or service you're offering, then you can come back to me and you can book one of these
Okay.
consulting services.
Alright.
But this isn't cheap,
Oh,
okay?
damn. Alright.
And if you don't have the resources to pay me, well, then you're gonna have to do it on your own. And if you do it on your
Alright.
own, you're gonna spend a lot of time figuring things out.
Alright. Oh.
But yeah, so I guess this is all I can offer you at this point. But
Good.
once you figure out your product, your service,
Mm-hmm.
and you make your own landing page, then you can schedule one of those meetings, and I can help you with social media marketing and help you grow those pages. I have a lot of authority on Instagram, so if I share your content, then you're likely to also grow organically.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And that's
Alright.
something I can help you do if you take my if you pay for my service.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, nobody works for free.
Yeah, that's true.
So questions, what questions do you have? We have 6 minutes left.
Oh my god. I don't know, I have so much in my mind about like I'm actually gonna start something. I just really I want to thank you first for all the time, all the things that you've taught me over these
You're very
past
welcome.
3 days. Really, like because my brother and my mother, they're both like they have like an employee mindset. So meeting someone for the
So
first time
there's
with the entrepreneur mindset. This is the first time someone told me to be as open as possible on the internet. My whole life I've been hearing you should be private. You should keep a low profile. So
well, there's two kinds, right? If you want to have the employee mindset, you don't need visibility. You don't need exposure. You don't want that stuff.
yeah,
But if you want to have entrepreneurship, like
yeah,
entrepreneur mindset, you got to look at things from a very different perspective.
yeah. It's a
And
different perspective. It really is.
people have to find you.
Yeah.
And the thing is though, like you're gonna get haters. Haters gonna hate. So
How do you deal with the haters? Yes, haters gonna hate.
there's all kinds of ways you can deal with haters, and if they post content on online and it makes you look bad, the best thing that you can do, at least that I know of, is to continue posting good quality content, because eventually you're going to drown out all the bull crap, you
How
know.
about like bad comments in like my posts or something? I'm always worried
Oh
about
boy,
that.
let me show you. I think there's a YouTube video where someone commented and said it was like really bad or something.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it. But essentially, I tried to convert him into being a
fan?
client.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, because I don't know, I have no idea where it is. But essentially, he he's like shit talked me on the
All right.
comments
Yeah.
and that sort of stuff. I mean, these
Yeah.
comments can be anywhere: Facebook, YouTube, whatever.
Yeah.
And then
And how do you reply? Or you just ignore it?
I just don't remember the comments. I didn't ignore it, no, but I tried to convert him into buying one of my products or services.
Wow.
I think he was also he was also a teacher, and he was criticizing the way I taught
Mm-hmm.
because I don't focus on grammar. I intentionally tell my clients I don't focus on grammar. That is not my area of expertise. My area of expertise is having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like my area of expertise is teaching. Not teaching English, but teaching.
Teaching in general, yeah.
And the reason I'm doing this lesson speak is because I want to enable people who are better at teaching English than me. I'm good at doing all the other stuff, like
marketing,
making the company, marketing, sales,
entrepreneurship in general.
Exactly.
You have a really entrepreneurial mindset. Maybe one of the best I've met so far in my whole life. I haven't met that much people, so.
How can you tell?
I don't know. You're really like focused on growth and on how to grow things, you know. So.
Yeah. So.
I think I've just met employees all my life. But yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that's really important is you have to surround yourself by the right people. If you know, like, you are the 5 people that you spend the most time around.
Yeah.
And if you want to pick up on habits from successful people, or if you want to understand how different people work, you have to expose yourself to different people. You have to get out of your comfort zone, and that's why I encourage you to do that volunteer program where you can teach, abroad, and it exposes you to different people, exposes you to a different environment, and puts you outside of your comfort zone, and that's how you're going to grow, and that's how you're going to progress. And I mean, at the age that you're 20, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like perfect, and this is the time when you should be doing that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So what are you gonna do next after this meeting, Andre? What are your next steps?
Think of a good product or a good service to sell. Make a website. Make a landing page. Make a social media presence. And start growing it. Start following people. Start talking, random messaging, looking for opportunities. Look for more opportunities, of course.
Yeah. The thing is though, like the more you reach out to clients, the more you try to convince them,
Yeah.
the less likely, like the best kind of clients are the ones that come to you, because then you don't have to spend time messaging them, convincing them, and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why exposure is important, because the more exposure you get, the more likely that clients are going to come to you and ask for your product or service.
Oh, okay. So get more exposure by making myself look better online, and yeah.
Cool. Well, when you do all this stuff, I can help you with I can give you feedback. I can help you improve your landing page. I can pretty much optimize what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then I can help you get more exposure.
Okay.
But if you want to do that, you're gonna have to go on my website, and you're gonna have to sign up for the digital entrepreneurship consulting. Like I said, it's not free, and it's also not cheap, because I spent a lot of time developing expertise in this field, and you're not paying for my time, you're paying for my expertise.
All right. I'll get to it when my website's ready and my product and my service and when everything's ready.
Yeah, when everything's ready and when you have money.
Yeah, that's true. All right. I'll see you then, Johnny.
All right, Andre. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And
thank you too.
I hope you have a great rest of your day. Maybe we'll stay in touch. I mean, don't be afraid to, message me, follow me on social media, follow my accounts.
Yeah.
Stay relevant. I'm very active on Instagram, so you can find me there.
All right. I'll see you there. All right. See you at the top.
Yes. Have a good day, man.
Have a good day, man. Thank you.
Bye.